Welcome to the Farmer Show, where we talk about everyday life and give advice. Any advice we give is based on opinions, not facts. I'm your host, Lovey.
And I'm your host, Z. Our Instagram is thefarmers_show.
That's THEFARMERS_SHOW.
Make sure y'all follow us there and show us some love. And today's topic is our Airbnb experience.
But before we get into it, we hope from wherever you listening from, you having a fantabulous day.
Facts. So let's get into it, baby. Our Airbnb experience. So last episode we talked about our Turo experience. So this time we're going to talk about our Airbnb experience.
But it's a formality because
we talked about it before.
We have on episode 8 of season 1 of it's called Traveling, y'all. We go real deep on our experiences, mostly about the trip itself. So this is really just getting into the technical portion of the Airbnbs and stuff like that.
So for those who don't know what Airbnb is, it's basically like a hotel but an app. Like you can, instead of getting like hotels, you're getting like people houses that they put up and stuff, or apartments, or other little houses, tiny homes, or whatever they have, and you're basically renting it for however many nights. It's the same process as a hotel. So, but it's cheaper, all depends on the state and all of that, but for the most part it's cheaper than an actual hotel. Now you don't get food service and all that good stuff like the hotel, but you do get the whole house and stuff to yourself, and some even have pools in the backyard.
It's very, very nice. Some only do like rooms, so think about it as like your cousin Pookie and them, you know what I'm saying? They're like, you know what, hey bro, I'm actually gonna be out of town, so if you want to stay at the crib, give me like let's say $200.
Right.
I give you the key, or I give you the code, and you can let yourself in, have fun, make sure it looks really nice and pretty when you leave.
Don't break nothing.
Don't be smoking in my house, and I may be looking at you on camera. I like
they, for the most part, they don't have. We never booked an Airbnb where they had cameras in the inside. Now, we have had it on the outside, but not in the inside for sure.
Right. That we know of,
right?
Right.
We should have been checking, but...
Should have been. Apparently, sometimes some Airbnb hosts put the cameras in, like, the alarm clocks. So, if you see an alarm clock in a place where it shouldn't be, like...
Put a flash on it.
Put a flash on and see if you see something bad. They trying to be
some perverts looking at you.
Right. Like, if there's an alarm clock in the shower, come on now, there's a problem.
Or point it towards the shower,
right, or next to the toilet.
For real, check for holes in the walls because they can be looking at you through there.
Right, you just know,
weird.
Which is really weird because some people are weird, and you do have to be careful. Make sure you read reviews.
We don't never I wouldn't say never. We're not never gonna do it, but like for the most part, we usually book Airbnbs that have like a good amount of reviews, I
would definitely much rather not be the first.
Right. Not saying it's messed up, but it's like, I don't want to be the first person to test this out,
Right.
I'd rather wait until somebody else tests it out.
It does feel messed up though.
Yeah.
Because like how it is with those jobs where you have the experience. No, you have the degree or whatever, but they won't let you get the experience because they don't want, because they're the first.
Yeah. It's like,
it's kind of like that.
Yeah. And I be thinking like, what if I wanted to start Airbnb business and then a lot of people pass my, our stuff because they don't want to be the first. That's how I be looking at it. So I be feeling bad, but at the same time, it's like a safety precaution. But people do end up being somebody's first, like those people that got reviews, of course somebody had to be there first, so it all works out. But me personally, I kind of lean more towards the people that's been here for a while and stuff like that.
Yeah, the very seasoned professionals.
Yeah.
But and there's ways around it. If you are starting your Airbnb and we just made you nervous about starting one because you're like, oh, what if this is how people feel? Like, try to use some of your family members, some of your friends. Give them like a free night stay and let them be honest about their reviews of how they felt about it. Or like, some coworkers or, whoever that you trust to be honest. So, and also sometimes starting off with lower prices, so then that way you can work your way up to those more, maybe a little pricier size, because the value's there from people looking at your reviews, from maybe you updating a home or adding a nice couch, adding a full liquor bar, something like that. Like Grayville's, shout out to Grayville's, y'all. Grayville Play.
And like the Airbnb is basically an app. So you'll go to the app store and download, Airbnb and stuff like that. And I think they ask for your phone number.
Name, your credentials.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they ask for your license. I think they would, you renting something. So yeah, I'm not sure 100%, but just be prepared if they do ask for license and stuff. Right. And I think the minimal age, I'm not exactly sure the age. It's either between 18 and 21. Right. One of those.
If you're not nowhere near that, if you're 15 listening to this, Timmy, do not go and try to get Airbnb on your own. You will not get one.
Yeah. But, it's easy for the most part. Like, all you got to do is basically put in where you want to go, and they'll show you a list of people that's have Airbnbs around that town and stuff, and like I said, stroll through, see which one you want. You choose one, look at the reviews and stuff, make sure everything is, good, make sure they don't cancel on you and stuff like that, because I heard some people do cancel. We never had one that cancel on us.
Right.
But
we've done the canceling.
Yeah. I have seen a lot. I have seen a lot of people that be like, yeah, they canceled like an hour before. I'm just like, ooh.
That's kind of bad.
Yeah. So that, of course, probably make their scores go tremendously down. But
definitely tremendously down. That's insane. But you guys, you can really experience some beautiful living.
Really can.
Getting these Airbnbs.
Really can. And it's like we had booked one for Tennessee, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And we was like on the mountain. It was like a cabin, like
yes, it was a chalet.
Yeah,
chalet or
but
chalet.
It felt like a cabin, like it give you that warm, homey.
But
feeling.
It was luxurious. That's what it is, because it's like a cabin but more luxurious. I think that's the difference between like a cabin and a chalet or whatever. The thing is the view. Oh my gosh.
Can't beat that view. That view was beautiful. Like you could just see the clouds on the mountains and different houses, other houses and stuff on the mountains, especially at nighttime when they had their lights on and stuff. Yes. It's just like a big wall of light.
I have definitely been leaning more towards open floor plans.
Yeah.
After experiencing that Airbnb or certain Airbnbs where stuff is like not so separated.
Right.
So it's like a studio mansion. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but just breathtaking, you guys. And the neighbor that was like right next to us was actually the Airbnb host.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know, the house is...
It was space though.
Yeah,
like she wasn't
like
up on us.
Yeah, it was like you know how sometimes people have that extra little part in their house where it's like they have a kitchen, a bedroom, the living room, and all that different type of stuff. It was like that. It was like a room, but a whole house inside the room.
Right, because it has upstairs, downstairs. Don't get me wrong. This place was very much huge.
Yeah, it was very big. And she lived like next door to us, but it's like the house was connected together. It was like a guest house inside of a house, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was pretty dope.
And it was so awesome. And then Miami.
Yeah, Miami one. Like, they had built that. So it was like...
The father and the son had built that Airbnb. Yeah. And it was like kind of behind their actual house. The yard space was amazing. I don't know how they managed to still have that amount of yard space.
For real.
It had a lot.
A lot of yard space.
With the Airbnb.
And then it make you feel like, you on the beach. They had the little sand. They had the little chairs, the lawn chairs where you can sit out and just relax. Little lights around there, Bluetooth speaker where you can play music.
Like, we really got into the Miami experience, really just being at our Airbnb.
Yeah.
We did of course, enjoyed everything else that was in Miami, but just being there. And I feel like if you are considering starting your own Airbnb, just really think about the person's experience, because at the end of the day, that's really what they are paying for, is the experience. If you can, let's say somebody was renting an Airbnb and they brought a family member that wouldn't be able to travel as much. Maybe they can't go to the beach or whatever because they have like an injury or something like that. Bring the beach to them. Having that little sand in the backyard, having a little bit of water they can stick their feet in, or a pool, or jacuzzi, some yummy food in the fridge. Like, sometimes there are some Airbnb hosts that will set you up like that and have a charcuterie board. I don't know how to say it, but with like a fruit and stuff like that, and like wine on the side.
Yeah, we had a whole bottle of wine waiting for us. All of it. It was real nice. Yes. It was real nice. They had board games. Like, some of them have board games you can play and stuff. You can have like karaoke night. They even have Netflix available for you. Hulu, all of that.
It really allows you to just show off your hospitality skills. Right. And I think, and see, now, as far as like Airbnb versus hotels, like, hotels are cool, don't get me wrong, but it's something about Airbnb that it just feels so personalized, because a lot of times they address you by name.
Yeah.
And they don't really do that at the hotels.
Yeah.
You know?
Except when you like checking in and be like, oh, Mrs. Foreman, how can I help you today? You know?
Right. Or like if you were like an influencer who they got flown out by somebody. Of course, it's up to that company that flown you out to personalize your room a little bit more and make it more homely. But you're going to a lot of times just get that off the real with Airbnb.
So would you say you like Airbnb more than a hotel?
Yes, absolutely. The privacy of having an Airbnb is very nice if you do select to have that kind of Airbnb where you have that type of privacy.
Right, because some Airbnbs, like, you can rent out rooms too. So, like, you know, it's a house, but you can just have that room. So, it's, you know...
I truly don't even know how that works.
Yeah, I guess. It's kind of like, like a college thing, you know, like that's your room, then you have roommates on the other room, and y'all just share the kitchen or whatever.
There is no way I understand there's some people who do it.
Yeah.
But like I would not be in that house when you're doing that, because I'd be dang. I wake up and I look and you're eating my cereal. I'm gonna be staring at you so hard until you leave. I know you booked this place, but how dare you come out here in your tidy whities? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how dare you? It's just a kudos to the people who can handle it. But I really could not.
I don't think, like, well, I know some landlords probably don't allow them to do Airbnbs, like, you know, renting out their apartment.
Like where we live right now, we can't do Airbnb.
We can't do Airbnb, but you can make a lot of money from that, because a lot of people, especially if you're in a spot where it's a lot of tourists coming in and stuff like that, you could really like make money from it, because people are, you know, needing somewhere to stay. And then, like I said, hotel prices, I prefer Airbnb over hotels too, to a certain extent. Like, okay, hotels are high. They can be very pricey. You can find good deals, but sometimes the good deals are like the Motel 8s and stuff.
Right.
And stuff like that.
And those are Rochiana'd out.
For real. So, like, them real good, like, luxurious hotels and stuff, you would have to like pay a lot of money for that, even for like just a weekend, versus Airbnb. Don't get me wrong, Airbnb can be pricey too, but it all depends. Like, you can get a very decent deal for a very like good modern house and stuff like that. Like a whole house versus a room at a hotel, you know, that you can hear the next door neighbor having sex and stuff.
Right, literally.
The people next to you and stuff. Like, you know, you can't, I feel like it's better renting a whole house versus just you know, room and
just having that privacy. Now, one thing about Airbnbs is just the security portion of it all. I definitely have rented an Airbnb before where the front door wasn't locking like it should.
Oh, yeah.
And that is a little bit scary, because there are times where the Airbnb host is not necessarily in the same city as you are at the time. So, like, what do you do besides try to barricade the door? Or there are times we may, like, you know, like stuff that you would do in your normal home, like accidentally break a broom or something. Like, I'll automatically, sometimes that ends up being a fee.
Well, even if you broke something at a hotel, you would still have to pay anyway.
Yeah, you would. So you would have. Yeah, you would have to. But yeah, that is so true.
I would say too, like, with the Airbnb, you don't get like room service and stuff like you would at a hotel. But you have a kitchen, you know. I mean, I know hotels have like, you know, cafeterias and stuff like that. which is kind of good too, because
there are some hotels that do have kitchens. One in it's either Mabane or Mebane, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the exact name of the hotel, but they do have a full like sink and kitchen and stuff in there where you can kind of throw down. Yeah, they're starting to do that a little bit more often now. I feel like they kind of are competing with Airbnb.
They're trying to compete they now. Are. Everything is like competition now.
Mm-hmm. It really is. It's just I don't know. It's just insane because I remember my first Airbnb experience. It was with my sister, and I think we were celebrating her birthday. We were celebrating her birthday again. Y'all, off the rip, we got there, and it was nice. Don't get me wrong. Very, very nice. Open floor plan for us, like a side, like a little side dining area that's kind of in the same area as the living room. The kitchen was a little bit separate, and then, of course, we go into the bathroom, and there is the biggest cave cricket I ever seen in my life. One of those big old jumping spiders. That's my first time ever seeing one. So, you know, if I lived in a hotel and that had happened, I would call somebody up from downstairs to take care of this sucker. Right. You know, now we got to take care of him ourselves. It took us 2 to 3 hours to take care of this dude. I'm serious. At that point, we were roommates. I should have charged him extra for as long as he been there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the only thing, though. Like, certain things you kind of are on your own a little bit.
Yeah, I can't say that. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like, cause all the Airbnb hosts can help out with is just instructions. Mm-hmm. Like, say, hey, I ran out of tissue. How I'm gonna wipe my butt? It's some spare tissue in the hallway. You know, check behind the used towels and rags we forgot to wash. God. No, let me stop. You know how it is sometimes, though. I didn't go cat be like, wait a minute, y'all forgot to take care of this. You know, but that's mostly what it's for instructions to let you know that somebody is there with you. But a lot of the stuff is kind of on your own when you're in Airbnb.
Yeah. Like I said, too, like, you know, even though the hotel have some kind of perks to it and stuff, I would still prefer an Airbnb just because of the privacy you can have. Like, you can have a lot of privacy at a hotel, too, don't get me wrong, but it's just like they have, like I said, they have real nice hotels as well. But the Airbnb, like I said, you get a whole house and stuff.
If you want, if that's what you decide to go with, you can pick a whole house. Because you could, you could experience like having 6 rooms at one time and 4 toilets with one ass.
Right.
That is very nice. You know what I'm saying? Because, any other day, it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment that we be living in sometimes. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially when it's just you. But it is nice to live like Richie Rich sometimes.
Yeah, and just get that, just play house for a second. Be like, oh, this is my house. Like,
right. Get your little fuzzy
robe.
Get your fuzzy robe. Get your little clear heels or whatever. Get your wine glass and just teleport yourself for a little bit.
For real. What would you say is the best Airbnb you ever stayed in?
The best Airbnb I ever stayed in. It hands down, it is that it's that chalet.
In Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
In Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Yeah. That was just
it was
breathtaking.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's between Miami and Gatlinburg. But I think I would go more towards Gatlinburg too, because they had a jacuzzi, all of that.
Yeah, they had a good jacuzzi. Very nice.
Dope. Yeah.
I feel like we didn't get to fully experience Gatlinburg, Tennessee like we wanted to.
Yeah, like we didn't go to the different. We stayed in mainly because they told us it was a lot of bears in the area, so we was kind of scared to go out different places.
And we were in the Smoky Mountains, and the mountains is no joke far as driving. So.
Yeah, them turns and curves, and you have to go like really slow. You cannot do no speeding. I swear.
No,
you will go off that rail and die.
Right. It's rail, if you even have a rail, which is nice.
Yeah, half the time it's not no rail.
Not even a rail. So you really, when you live somewhere like that, or you rent an Airbnb in a place like that with that kind of setting, you cannot stay out all night.
Right.
You can't afford to, because you will lose your life trying to drive back.
Real dark trying to go up there. Like it's not like the regular, like where they have street lights and stuff. So, you're going up an actual mountain, and all you see is other cars coming. Like with the light, I was like, no,
Oof.
I am not
The drive
driving at
down
night.
is low key the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well,
the drive up is
would
kind of
say,
bad too.
yeah, I would say the drive up is worse because it's like you're going upwards and you can easily like roll down. At least with going down, like, yeah, you're going to zoom down, but you can break it down all the way.
Yeah, it's just a little bit scary that you're so off on the edge, you know. But definitely traveling at night is a big no-no. Like, far as trying to get back home.
if you that brave and want to take that, you can do it.
That's on you.
Me going up a mountain at night,
I'd be dang. I'm driving under the cover of the moon. Look, that sound like a poem. Driveth under the cover of the moon.
Like, low key, I would rather ride a bike up a mountain than drive. Cause it's just that. Oh, maybe it's just me, but it's just that nerves. Like,
I rather
I was
walk.
sweating the whole way.
I'd rather walk, bump all them wheels,
real.
any wheels. I wouldn't even wear heelys on the mountain. Like,
I was sweating the whole drive. Like, I was like, yo, this is getting. My anxiety was on 100.
I know, no, my anxiety was on incline. I cannot.
Lord, and then Lovey, she can't drive on top of that, and she was driving down. Me. I was like, oh my God.
Don't do me. I bet you wish I never did.
Man, my foot was hurting so bad trying to brake on the passenger side.
Whatever. Anyway, so have you ever had a bad, like, hotel or bad Airbnb experience?
I had a bad hotel experience. Airbnb for say, I don't think I never had a bad Airbnb experience. Like, I had, some better than others, but it was never like bad to the point where it's like, no, I'm never booking you again.
Well, tell me about your hotel. What happened?
But the hotel, it was a roach in there.
It's always the roach,
right? And we had to sleep with the light on. Like, bro, like the hotel was nice, but it had roaches, and I was just like, what? And then like one time, I think it was, I don't know when it was, but I wanted to book one, and my funds was a little low, so I tried to get the cheap. I think it was like Quality Inn or something like that. And the bed sheets was just it was questionable. Like, I don't know if somebody peed and then they couldn't get the stain out or something.
Oh gosh.
But I just slept on top of the cover. I was like, ain't no way I'm getting. And then you gotta check for bed bugs too. Like, even with Airbnb, always check for bed bugs, cause I'll be damn if I wake up and have like 50 little bumps on me.
I'm saying, you don't want to look like no pepperoni pizza. It's crazy. And these hotels really do be nasty. I'm not. Oh my gosh.
They do.
I had a bad experience too with a hotel, and it was. Yeah, it was a roach. It was a big roach. I was going to G-Ho's.
They be big,
They
too.
be big,
and just be crawling on the wall. I'm just like, what?
I'm like, what are y'all eating?
For real. And then you step on them, they don't die. It's like you got to set them jokers on fire.
I'm telling you. And even then, they don't do much. All it do is give them a little the warmth. They feel like they in a jacuzzi.
And then they go flying.
Ooh, the airborne cockroach. I cannot do.
Man,
no, you can have it. You can have the whole room if you want to.
Have a flying fire roach, like.
I know, it's on fire.
He just landing on stuff, setting everything on fire.
Setting everything on, just torching the whole room.
For real.
They just died. Not you gave him superpowers, low key.
Oh
my God.
That's crazy.
Oh, would you try a bidet at an Airbnb? Like one of them little toilets that squirt water up your booty.
Ooh.
Would you try one at an Airbnb?
Like,
how you feel about that?
The toilet had to be spotless. Like, I had to like smell the Clorox from them cleaning before I tried it.
Even think about doing it.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't know for I'm pretty sure the hotel, they do have a policy where they have to clean the toilets and stuff like that.
Right.
But sometimes, the hotel people don't do it. Sometimes Airbnb people probably won't do it. But it all depends. Like, when we book, like, Airbnb, hotel, anything, we carrying Clorox wipe. We wiping down the toilets, the sink, all that little
everything.
Stuff. We got to put our stuff on. We wiping down everything. We got the Lysol, spraying the bed down, all of that. I don't play no games with it.
Same. No. Who do you trust more to have a clean bidet?
Myself.
No, aside from you, like if someone was like, okay, we'll give you $1 million to use one of these bidets. It's either gonna be the hotel one or the Airbnb one. Which one are you going with? Which one do you know that you know what? And you can't bring any Clorox with you. Can't clean it yourself.
Oh,
Which one do you
man.
feel like is gonna be clean on your booty cheeks?
God, that's hard. Cause like with Airbnb, it's like straight people. Like, you know, like of course hotels people too, but it's an actual company. They can, you know, they both can get shut down. But you know what I'm saying? You know, the hotel is. I think I would lean more maybe toward. Like I would hate to pass up the Airbnb just because of, you know.
Just thinking it's because it's just regular people. Which one has a big cleaning fee though?
That's the thing though, like I'm not sure. I haven't booked a hotel in a while, but that's the thing. Like they'll have a big tail cleaning fee, but like, do y'all really be cleaning this stuff? Like you know?
Do y'all
For real? So it's like, I think I would go with hotel, hotel for that. But
because they have housekeeping for sure.
Yeah, housekeeping, and then like if you don't trust it, you can call them and be like, hey, can you come clean this? And they'll come and clean it. Versus, Airbnb. I mean, maybe you could, and maybe they could. They probably be looking at you like, if you don't clean it yourself, like, no, that's not what I'm here for.
Like, that is why I left the scrubber next to the toilet.
For real. It's just, like I said, I feel like Airbnb is more people ran, and hotels are like more companies. So, companies gonna hire people to do this, hire people to do that, versus an Airbnb. I mean, they can hire too, but I think a lot of people that starting off probably do it themselves.
Okay, so with that perspective, right, and this has nothing to do with Airbnb and hotels, but it's the same ratio. You have to eat off the floor.
Neither.
No, stop. For $1 million. No, $1 billion.
Man.
Of either a chain restaurant or a mom and pop shop. Which one do you think is going to have a cleaner floor? Because we talking about like McDonald's employees we're talking about here. Are you eating off of their floor? Or are you going to one of those mom and pop owned shops where the son is working there and actually kind of cares about it?
I would go with that one.
Which one?
The mom and pop one. Because like they're going to make sure their restaurant is clean. That's their restaurant. And McDonald's is like, that's the company. They're like, look, I'm going to just do this real quick so I can clock out and get home. But, that is their actual, home. And they put hard work in their business. So they're going to make sure they keep everything clean and up to date and stuff like that. So, yeah, I will go with that.
Yeah. I agree with that, too. I really, when you think about it, see, it really just depends on the spectrum.
Yeah.
That you're in, whether or not you're going to go with a certain choice. It makes sense.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, let's be real. We humans. If it's not ours, not saying that we don't care or we're not going to take care of it or anything, but it's like.
No pressure.
Yeah, it's like, it's like, okay, look, if I don't do it, somebody else going to do it,
Right.
But if it's your restaurant, like, look, this is mine, I'm going to have to, So, yeah.
Yeah, we getting that money.
What is your Airbnb goals?
My Airbnb goals. I would love to rent an Airbnb eventually that has about 5 to 6 rooms.
Yeah.
I want that. I want the pool. I want the private pool.
The pool, the jacuzzi.
Yes.
All of that up in there.
And a basketball court. I just started getting into basketball.
A gaming room too.
Gaming room.
That would be dope.
Movie theater.
Pool table.
Pool table. Yes. Yeah. All of the things.
And snacks already in there.
With snacks.
Yeah.
A snack bar. And an actual bar.
Did you say movie theater?
I did say movie theater.
Yeah.
Definitely would love a movie theater. Yeah, that's my Airbnb goal for sure.
Fast.
Yours? Well, we just kind of went at it. Yeah. That's our, We're in agreement here. We're in agreement. Yes.
It's really dope though. Well, what is some advice you would give about Airbnb?
I would say to just be very careful.
Yeah.
Make sure you read the reviews that is on Airbnb.
Rules. Because a lot of them have rules. Some people don't want you parking on the grass and different stuff like that. So just pay attention to that stuff.
Somebody
like that.
wants you to enter in their house butt first every time. Whatever reason, I don't know. But do it if that's what you're going to rent. But yeah, just be very, very careful and vigilant. And
treat it like it's your home. Like, you know, don't, you know, come on now. You clean up after yourself and stuff. Like,
now, if your home is nasty, don't treat it like your home.
Oh, yeah,
treat it like it's somebody else's home.
Yeah, in the other way.
In the other way. You know, it all depends. Real. It all depends on you.
But if there's anything you want us to talk about or need advice, hit us up on IG at @thefarmers_show.
And we're out.
Bye, y'all.